to get it this morning at 8 a.m. to get my groceries. And I ordered them on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, everybody, welcome to another edition of Push to Talk, where I'm getting yelled at by
everyone.
Like honestly, Eric, like I mean, do we have to like send an email to Andy Jassy? And you know,
he really likes that AWS side where he has like high profit margin. He's not used to that across the rest of Amazon yet. So an answer to your question on why you couldn't get your groceries delivered in the morning. Amazon Prime doesn't deliver those. Please call Whole Foods and deal with it over there.
Bitch.
Yeah.
It is an Amazon driver that brings it to me.
1-800 Andy Jassy.
But I was wondering, do you know if there's anything going on that's causing it to be
It could have been
messed up, or
availability. I mean,
do you think they just lost all their drivers in one go?
I don't know. Prime drivers where I am don't deliver the groceries. The Whole Foods.
Why am I now imagining, a cliff with like all of those Amazon vans like driving off one after another?
Well,
like lemmings.
The real question is that cliff on an angle? Because a number of them, I think Amazon just grounded the entire Mercedes fleet.
Oh shit!
They use Mercedes, Rams, and Fords, and Mercedes.
Is that because of 5? Is that because 5G? Is that because 5G may end up causing them to crash?
Yeah,
well, see, the thing is like my groceries are delivered by someone in their car. Yes. So I don't know why that would stop the groceries, but I don't know, maybe.
No, that's what I said. An Amazon Prime driver doesn't deliver
I don't know
groceries.
How things work. Shit's here is weird.
No, it's not emissions. There's a recall.
Sorry.
Is it like DoorDash? Like.
So for the past 2 years, I've been ordering groceries on Amazon. They have, since I have Prime, you can order Amazon Fresh, and you just pick out whatever groceries you want. And as long as it's over $35, there's no additional fee to order them. And then they just say, "Bring me my groceries," and they bring it to my door.
Like, yeah.
I like when they have the hey, on Valentine's Day, buy roses for your wife. We'll deliver it inside of an hour or 2 hours. I like that.
Yeah, and like you can usually get it same day. If it's a busy weekend, maybe next day. But most of the time, I'll order it between like 9 and 10 when I wake up, when I'm my first hour of work, and I can get it in the afternoon. So
yeah, do you ever anybody here ever go into a Whole Foods? Because this is the food section, I guess, right?
No.
Well, one thing that's interesting, if you go into Whole Foods, 90% of the people picking groceries are Whole Foods workers.
Yeah.
It's not customers.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, I've been inside Whole Foods, and then I saw the prices, and I left and went back to Key Food for my rotting produce.
But see, that the prices on Amazon Prime are like almost no different from a regular grocery store.
It's more expensive in Whole Foods. It's kind of like Whole Foods, Giant Eagle, and then you have Aldi's.
See, I will say the only thing that's hard is all of their like milks and stuff are like organic, lactose. Like they only have like the more expensive stuff. But for me, since I can buy one thing of milk and it'll last, a week and a half, 2 weeks. For me, it's not a big deal. But I understand, like for some people, maybe can I get the cheapo 99-cent bottle of milk?
There's a 99 bottle. We have milk delivered. We don't go get milk here. The local dairy just delivers
it. Yeah,
I got delivery for like the first week of the pandemic. Then I'm like, I can just walk there in 5 minutes and not pay for the delivery.
See, I don't pay anything extra for my delivery. I already have Prime for other stuff, so that's why I like it. And I just give them a tip, and when it's there, and they never do any substitutions. You always get exactly what you order, and if it's not available, they either don't have it up, or if it magically all left by the time you were done shopping, they tell you before you check out, so you can remove it and get what you want. So
the Prime specials are kind of nice.
Yeah.
And
they do.
The fruit at Whole Foods is really good. So my wife will buy the fruit at Whole Foods.
As I said, maybe it's 50 cents or $1 more for certain things than if I went to the store. But on average, the prices are basically what I would expect in a grocery store, and I'm happy with it. If I had a family of 4 or something, I probably would do normal shopping. But
I've never checked to see whether actually Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals actually also included groceries.
Sometimes they do.
Prime, Amazon, will. I think one year, what the hell did we made some like special meat. I forget what it was, and it was a big deal for Christmas, and it was on sale. If you had a Prime membership, it was pretty good deal, and they have really good seafood.
Well, real quick, I guess we should probably introduce on Push to Talk Day. We actually have a special guest.
No,
we have.
Yes, we do.
We have Miss Arcia Elkin of Electus Matari, which is a low-sec group, or where are you guys at again now?
I mean, historically, it's a low-sec group. In the last couple of years, we've kind of been everywhere. Like, we had a fight in a wormhole yesterday. Last year was all about Potchfen stuff. And year before that, they did a bunch of high-sec wars against, like, hogs and stuff. Basically, we go where the Minmatar Republic needs us.
Mm-hmm. And Arcia is the new CSM representative. Pro-God legend stepped down due to real-life conflicts / desires, I assume. And so Arcia has been promoted in because she was the 11th on the block for the voting. So
Champion of the losers.
But you didn't see that one coming.
Someone's got to be it.
Now I'm the ascended loser.
I bet you didn't see that one coming, though, Arcia.
I mean, when I came in 11th, basically everybody told me there's always like a 50-50 shot that somebody leaves.
Yeah.
And maybe they were over-exaggerating, but I never ruled it out.
Coming in 11th doesn't necessarily mean you will be the one to take their spot, right? Because they do run the numbers again without that person in it that stepped down.
Yeah, but she had the most tests votes, so she was going to get...
Like, I think if the numbers ran without Pro-God, then I would have actually gotten Poppy votes, because I was, like, behind him on their ballot.
Yeah, that was quite a close thing, actually. I was surprised how close the last few votes were. Like
I'm honestly really proud of how many votes I got being, like, a small group candidate. And since, like, at the end, it was Pro-God, myself, and Mike Azariah who hadn't been eliminated, I think. I didn't get those Pappy votes at the end. So, like, all my votes were, like, small group.
Yeah, because I sent you a congrats, I think. I said something similar.
Yeah, you DM'd me. I got a lot of DMs right at the end when I was eliminated. You DM'd me. A bunch of other people did.
Yeah, I was blown away as sort of how much support and how close you got to actually getting in. Like, that was really, really cool, actually.
I thought it was, yeah.
So now that you're on, you told us a little bit earlier that you've been in a couple meetings. How's it been so far? Have they just been like trying to catch you up, or they threw you into the deep end?
I'm just kind of jumping right into the thick of things. There's not a lot of time to catch up. So I've just kind of jumped in the middle. I obviously can't say what's going on, but like I just kind of jumped in the middle of stuff, and I'm trying to situate myself.
I imagine you're getting a lot of helpful kind of hints and tips as to how to navigate not saying stuff that you shouldn't say.
I mean, more or less, yeah. The other CSMs are all helpful.
Yeah.
They're all nice. Everybody seems pretty nice on there. Basically, I just kind of, if I ever have any other questions about them, I can DM most of the other CSMs, right?
I wonder if you're I wonder if you'll get to see an argument yet, because I know that they had already said like early on that because it was like end of the war when the new CSM started like getting together, and I'm just wondering if, and they had already said that they had been shouting at each other every now and then. I wonder if things had gotten better since the war is done, or was everyone seems to be working cordially in the 2 meetings you've been in?
I haven't seen any people fighting. No,
Nice.
not yet. So it's only been a little bit, like a week or so. So there's always time.
Well, it's always good to hear that the CSM are working fairly effectively, and there's no internal rivalry that's kind of like impeding that kind of stuff. So that's good.
All the catty remarks we hear all the time from either side is hilarious, though.
So like, I know people sometimes don't get along, especially when they're like fighting each other in games sometimes. But I think, well, I hope everybody who would run for the CSM legitimately cares about the game and making it a better game. I know I do. And I hope everybody, no matter what alliance they're from, feels the same way. Like, you don't run for a position if you don't care about the game, I think.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work. And you've got what, about 5.5 months to be on. So
Yeah, CSM 16.5.
hell yeah. And what is like the thing that you want to try to focus on this year? Are you more interested in just learning how things work and getting your name in there and getting that experience, or are you going to try to really promote something like a platform in there?
I mean, I'm going to do my best to push for the ideas I said I would. During my campaign, I spent most of my career in the game up until the last couple of years doing faction warfare and those tech stuff. And I care about that area of space, even though right now I have a variety of things that I do. I hope to honestly push for changes there. Like, I obviously can't dictate what they're going to work on or what they'll listen to, what advice they'll take, but at least in addition to giving my opinions about anything that they talk about, I do want to use this platform I have where I'm running around and have more access to CCP and more access to like shows like this to advocate for like low sec faction warfare.
Wherever and whenever possible, because I think I remember hearing or reading something about the fact that Torvald back in CSM 15, like he tried to push for changes to faction warfare and got basically nowhere, which really sucked. But hopefully you'll be able to sort of spot the opportunities, in the next 5 months where you can kind of interject some, a bit of player knowledge to help CSM kind of like understand, the kind of the pitfalls that's going on in the faction warfare system.
Yeah. But like things like faction warfare and roleplay lore are really where I grew up, right? I consider myself an RP PvPer first and foremost. And like I said, I can't dictate what's talked about, like what things CCP comes to the CSMs to discuss. But I can be loud about certain things. I can go around talk shows and talk about things, and it kind of magnifies my voice a little bit.
Well, the nice thing actually about advocating certain changes, especially when it comes to sort of EVE Online and New Eden as a whole, is everything is connected, Asia. So you can say that faction warfare does affect everything, and everything
Absolutely.
affects faction warfare.
Absolutely. something that's really important, in my opinion, is a diversity of play styles on the CSM. Because as you said, even if we do different things primarily, we all affect each other in some ways. The null wars definitely affect the prices for the faction warfare people. The availability of like faction ships from faction warfare affect everybody else. There's almost nothing in EVE that doesn't affect more people than just the people directly engaging with it. And that's one of the things that's beautiful about EVE, but that's also one of the reasons why we need a diversity of voices representing the players in EVE, because there's a lot of times when a change will be made that overlooks the impact it might have on a certain area of space. A lot of times wormholes get hit really hard with this because they do have mechanics that are vastly different from other areas of space. But having
there, Arthur, is that wormholes should not be collateral damage.
Wormholes should definitely not be collateral damage. Wormhole players are as important as every other player, right?
Yeah, they provide that instant hunting. They make people in different types of space have to play on their toes or deal with a problem that they can't spend 4 or 5 jumps getting prepared for.
And they cut every one of Progod's fleets in half when he tries.
Hell yeah!
On the other side, though, income streams could use a bit of balancing as well.
I think it depends. I can't deign to know too much about wormholes, but I know that some holes are really good and some holes are terrible.
I like C5 Wolf Riots for Confessor fleets to make money.
Shocker.
I lived in wormhole for probably 3 or 4 years. It was fun. But yeah, I mean, changes they make that affect wormholes are just, and they don't even think about it sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean that's the whole collateral damage kind of like a soundbite, right?
Right.
Like nothing should be collateral damage if you're implementing a change like in the best possible way. Like if you do the due diligence required, but it does always really suck that wormholes get the short end of the straw.
Well,
although
do they really though? Like, sure, wormholes always say that they get forgotten about, but as soon as you touch anything related to wormholes, they cry about being nerfed. It's always the same way.
Yeah,
right?
they are super loud about it, but I think they're super loud about it because they've been nerfed a fair amount of times, and they've realized that if they're not super loud about it, then nobody will fight their corner.
To some degree, everybody's loud about their own area, but like that's kind of expected because this is a game once again where we all care about. Like, if you care about something and it's adversely affected, you're going to be loud, and sometimes things have to be nerfed, sometimes things have to be buffed, and maybe not everybody's going to like it. But I think the important thing is people know what kind of things a change will affect before it's done, right? As opposed to just, oh wait, this actually affected this and we had no idea this would happen, right?
Yeah, and I think that's where they can more effectively use the CSM, right? CCP needs to be a little more above board with the CSM, the things they want to do. I think one of the reasons that they haven't been is because, the CSM tells them, no, you shouldn't do that. And they say, we don't care, we're going to do it anyway. And then I got to say, it's got to be 9 times out of 10, the CSM was right. And I think they're just tired of hearing that, right? And then being told by the community and the CSM, hey, we're the CSM, we told them not to do this.
Well,
right?
hopefully they'll start listening.
Well, that's the challenge. They don't, and that's where the advantage of a diversity of voices on the CSM really come into play, right? Where they can ask those questions and people who actually play it can tell you. I mean, I don't know that I think there are very many CSMs that try and bend the game toward their advantage. I think by and large, the vast majority of people I've seen on the CSM have really wanted the game to be better, right? I take Workles as an example. They were told, don't do it, okay? They did it anyway, and they said, but if you do it, we're going to do this. And did.
Essentially, essentially, a lot of the CSM basically said, if you do go ahead with this change, you realise that we will abuse the living hell out of it. And CCP essentially turned around and went, "Okay, bring it."
Yeah,
essentially.
I think that
when you get told we're going to abuse the hell out of something, that should be the first red flag.
I mean,
any CSM who tries to get the game changed to benefit their playstyle should consider the cautionary tale of Olmeca.
Oh, yeah.
He
There's
got the
too
game
many
changed to
supers.
completely eliminate his playstyle.
Although I think he did. I think he actually did a fair job in actually getting CCP to sort of maybe think that mobile microjump, or not mobile, microjump field generators were maybe that little bit too OP, and they needed to be kind of like nerfed down a tiny little bit.
Maybe.
I wonder why.
I've stolen 1 trillion ISK worth of excavators in 8 months. Ask me anything. Like, no one should be able to fucking do that.
Well, between
That's
that
ridiculous.
and Initiative actually doing their thing with
Well,
yeah, let's be real. It was more the Initiative.
and let's keep in mind that there is another part of the Olmeca equation that he almost never actually spoke about. There's no way he steals that many excavators in that short a time if quite a number of us aren't complete idiots.
Oh yeah, you got to be a sleeping whale.
When it comes to idiocy, I promise, goons are up there.
Oh, we're here.
We are the champions.
Nobody's that stupid anymore, though, because, well, thanks CCP.
They can't be.
Sometimes it's just bad luck.
Are you issuing a challenge to be stupid? Because I can raise you.
I can out stupid you.
It sounds like a challenge.
See, we have stupid on scale, so we just have so many members that it just averages out to.
I have elite stupid, elite small gang stupid.
Elite small gang stupid trained to 5. There we go.
There we go.
Warp all 10 of us to 0. Let's go.
That's an advanced skill book. Surely.
Elite small gang stupid doesn't fly with you anymore since you switched from Mar.
Hey.
Gauntlet.
Now he just gets annoyed about it.
Hey, we have elite small gang stupid on our side too, Arandis.
Hey, at least it isn't the Caldari lot.
So since you are elite small gang, are you planning on joining any upcoming tournaments that might or might not be announced soon?
Well, EM has participated. Like, we got knocked out in the feeders in the AT. We won a match in the Anger Games before that. We always do a poll when there's a tournament. We see interest of the alliance, so there's always a chance we might throw a hat in a tournament.
Is Soth nudge winking at something?
Absolutely not.
I think he is.
I'm sure there's another Smuggersill tournament coming up.
It would be the time of year.
There's always a possibility. I can't say for sure.
Brisk.
Brisk's been on this for like a week now.
No, Dirk needs to extract show talking 5.
Brisk needs new material.
Yeah, that was a carryover from last night.
I'm sorry, Dirk, that I started this.
That's a carryover from Theta Thursday a week ago.
Talking about skills, though, I hear that you currently can't buy the skill book for War Quilts on the market.
You have to inject it from your character sheet, or
what?
I mean, I've heard of nerfing raw calls, but like, fuck.
Yeah, that's going a bit far, isn't it?
There's a few skills like that. I think exhumers are the same way, aren't they?
You should be able to get it somewhere.
Yeah.
No, well, you can, but not like as an object in space.
And then there's like the Edencom ship skills that were given out during an event, and now you can only inject them from your character sheet. I think a couple of those.
But that adds like 10% or 15% cost.
Wait a minute.
I'm really hoping that this is not kind of
the Edencom skills can only be injected from the skill menu now.
The ship skills, I think, yeah, because the specializations for the weapons are in the LP store for DED, but
for
I think
the
the
initial
ship
ones?
skills are injected.
And if you can't get
Because
LP,
the whole
you can't
thing,
get weapon.
the whole thing they were saying when they put that stuff in for the you can buy the skills straight from the skill list was that stuff like the Edencom ships wouldn't be available to buy that way. Like you can't, like you're not supposed to be able to do precursors at all that way.
CCP goes
Yes, but
back on
Edencom
something they
isn't
said.
precursors, horrendous.
Yes, they are.
Quiet reversal.
They're
Shush,
precursors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Zappy boys. I think I could be wrong. If somebody is able to check it. But I
Well,
think
it makes no
that the
sense, so you're
ones
probably
that,
right.
yeah, I think that the ones that were given out during the event are only injectable now.
What?
I love Horrendous's logic on this.
Unless you have like the books, like
yeah, that's
from
why
the
those
event.
crab beacons are stupid, and you guys should stop doing them. Oh, sorry, wrong game. Sorry, I'm running a fleet as well, guys.
Oh, is that all? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, join Push to Talk. Get all the great fleet
wrong com.
I'm sorry. I'm.
I mean, unless you're using a crab beacon in some other game, which
No, it's kind of funny to just have like the picture of somebody playing Eve as they're on the talk show with like two different comms because like they're saying something one time, and they hit the wrong button. They're just like the Bifrost is primer.
I'm just picturing in the middle of this big fight. Dawn suddenly tells the fleet, "No, shut up, Dirk." Everybody going, "What?"
Yeah,
I've done that before. No, I'm handling.
Sure you
I got
have.
100. I got 150 people on the fleet right now. So.
Scram that Bifrost! It's coming in. Okay.
But crab beacon.
150 people in the fleet right now, huh?
Yeah, add that to your spreadsheet.
Yeah, one of them can figure it out. Right?
You know, Dawn, that's exactly what I'm looking at right now is what that will mean for the spreadsheet next month.
Yeah, I am going to make CCP wish they had never done what they did. Let's just say that.
It's going to mean the Delve month unit goes up, that's for sure.
Yeah, because like their quote unquote mining uppage is bullshit lies. So
they never said they could do math. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, let's say here it went from 1 to like 1.1. So the margin of change is so small, like it really doesn't even count.
I mean, honestly, if you know how to use Excel, you don't even need to know how to do maths.
Hang on a
They'll
second.
do it for you.
I mean,
still have to know how to
what
write
is
the
it?
equation.
What is it you're saying? What is it you're saying isn't up?
The total mining. They're like
because their choice of phrasing is very important. As Dirk can attest, we discussed this Thursday at some length. Where because they said from before the end of scarcity, they're free to take literally any point before the end of scarcity as their base point. And if everything is up over any given day, if they can find one day that was below in every category, they're accurate.
Well, I mean, Elise
is not going to lie about the numbers, but he will lawyer about them.
Technically correct is my favorite kind of correct.
Yes, Chris, some of us did discuss it for longer than others. I'm looking at horrendous in our 5-hour editorial meeting talking about this.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's true. It was one of our shorter editorial meetings.
When you guys do those meetings, when you get to the Theta Thursday section, do you just go, and not our problem, and move on? Or
we don't talk about the shows
you.
at all. It's editorial. We don't care about streaming. Streaming is a different department.
We care about what people are going to be writing about that week.
Do we even have streaming meetings?
No.
Some streamers do. Like I'm pretty sure Brisk had a meeting yesterday.
Yeah. But that's meta shit.
See,
we
that's
don't
streaming.
We don't do
normally
pre-planning.
I made sure my
Thursdays as well?
We don't have a meeting.
Pre-planning
Well, we
would
have
be
a
anticlimactic to
15
this
minutes to the show.
Okay.
This show. You have to understand. This show is kind of like it's like jazz. It's all improv.
That's right.
Do it live.
We're like great.
Still had the same.
Yeah, RC. If you notice, we have no show notes or outline of what we're going to talk about because even we don't know what we're going to talk about.
That's fine because when a show does have show notes, I don't read them.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See,
you are like a natural fit for the show.
Yeah, we knew we liked you for a reason.
Hasn't the show been using the same show notes for like 3 years at this point?
No,
you open up the file.
I wrote some once, and they
it just says
exist.
talk.
It's a blank piece of paper.
It just says talk. There's an exclamation point.
Oh, there is one rule.
No, that's totally not true. It doesn't just say talk. Before talk, it has Erik experiences technical difficulties.
There you go. Which, by the way, we didn't today. By the way,
somewhere in the middle of the page.
I was gonna say the only rule we have is no E for the first 20 minutes of the show.
That's only when you're here.
Somewhere in the middle of the page.
Shut up.
When you're not here, we jump right into it.
It really, that's all that it is an if statement.
Just try to hold me down, man.
Shut up, McLeod. I've had enough of if statements for the day.
We're kind of used to you being out to lunch with your parents. And
that seems kind of conditional.
He's only been fixing the if statements that he didn't make right the first time.
Yep.
I will chime into the show wherever I'm at. I did it in Alaska and Florida's.
Weren't you whale watching on the water in Alaska
there
or something?
While you're having lunch with your mother, like
we were waiting to be seated. Okay, I had time.
I bet you there's.
Oh no, I did it. I was on the boat. So my parents on a boat, and we were on the boat one day, and it was just Arendis and Caleb. So to give them someone else to talk, and I think Erik. So I came on too and listened in. So it looked like there were more people there than there really were. And I've been in Alaska. I'll be doing it from St. Augustine, I'm sure. This coming in a couple months. I try to pop in and say hi at some point. Oh, DC. I was there at DC. So we should just get a map to add and be like, where is Don today?
Where is Don? It's like, where's Waldo?
Well,
I hear you can do that with certain Apple products these days.
Probably.
You just can't take the battery out.
What's Brisk asking?
Brisk's asking in Twitch chat where Caleb is today, and unfortunately, Caleb went on a bender after being told that he was correct by Arendis on Thursday.
Oh, he said it again.
Plan worked.
Celebrate.
Still recovering.
Yeah.
Caleb just doesn't want me to bait him on stuff like I did every time we were on Talking Stages together.
My master plan worked. My master plan worked. He got a swelled head last night off the air and is in no shape to be on the air. It worked.
Yeah, Arendis and Dirk made the unfortunate decision to say publicly that Caleb was slightly correct.
It really wasn't
slightly correct.
Horrendous made the decision.
It wasn't really public. I mean, it was
At least 100 people watched Data Thursday, all right? Stop disparaging me.
Nobody was paying attention at all.
The last time I was on a show with Caleb, I said money wasn't real, and I just sat back and listened as he went on the biggest...
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's just evil.
We try.
I mean, you're not wrong though.
She fits in fine here.
I fucking love it, but it's evil.
Yeah, but it's perfect because that will set Caleb off.
You can't resist that. It's just not possible.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how you resist that.
I was having trouble sleeping earlier this week, and so I was just like messing around on my phone, and I see Caleb, Ashtarothi, and a couple other people in TIS Discord at like 3 a.m. So I just popped in there, turned the volume low, and just listened to them argue for like an hour and a half.
I bet you went right to sleep.
Doctor Who. Was it about Doctor Who?
No, I don't think it was about that particularly.
It was extra early, so it's going to be some stupid thing.
Hey, listen, the Doctor Who content is the
Sorry,
best
Ash,
content
but, I mean...
they have ever created, and it is definitely very, very fun.
Yeah, you couldn't last too long for that, did you?
The German can't even say that without breaking
Well, no,
up.
I'm sorry. I just want to address what Brisk has said.
Oh, God.
He'll probably agree with that. So unless the plan is to turn everyone else in the room on him...
Well, that's one way to, you know...
No, I don't think he will
Caleb.
at this point. I don't think he will at this point. He broke pretty hard a few weeks ago on that one. He got pretty damn mad about it all. So
yeah.
So, since Doug is now here, can you update us on if Wibbler has been freed?
I have not seen a Wibbler ping yet, and therefore I do not believe it.
So you have failed in your mission to free Wibbler.
Mittens has said that, you know, Wibbler should be freed. He said that on stream last weekend, and it just hasn't happened yet, as far as I can tell. I even went so far as to ping him last night directly, and yeah.
Well, he's not
nothing back.
He's not that. Like, you do realize that Mittens isn't the how guy, right? He's the do what I fucking say guy. Like, he's not the how guy.
No,
you need to get in touch with the how guy.
Wibbler really isn't Flea anymore. He's just tried typing in chat and it got deleted by a mod.
Somebody in
No, that was not a delete.
Yeah,
Why
hold
did
on,
he get
let's
timed
explain.
out?
So Arzia Wibbler is the CEO of TNT.
It looked like a
and one of our Norwegian, right? I'm not wrong.
Friends,
and he likes to when he's whatever. When
oh
he's
my God, don't
when he's
even start this, Dirk.
When he's super drunk, like he had the ability to ping everybody in the alliance, and when he was super drunk one weekend, he sent like 10 of them or something in a row, and so they took away his powers, and so it's been free Wibbler ever since.
He wasn't that drunk, and it wasn't 10 of them in a row. Other people were pinging too.
Somebody asked a good question in chat. Somebody asked me, when you live in Mosec, the PvP gets stale because it's like playing poker with your friends and people know how to counter you eventually. So back when I lived in like Satogas and stuff, what I used to do is just change ships a lot, because you do get to know everybody in the area and you know what they fly and stuff when you live in a group that has like the same people flying all in every day that you run into. You learn what they fly and how to counter them and stuff. But I just would buy a bunch of different kinds of ships and change what I fly, honestly.
And they'd all be harbingers.
They'd all that's part of it. But yeah, I fly a lot of harbingers. But
yeah, it was 13 pings over the course of like about an hour, and yeah, most of them were ghost written. So,
all right.
Yeah, I believe we were all in the channel directing the things.
He was drunk enough to actually listen to what people were saying.
I like how Wibble was timed out and then he just subscribed. Like, oh, you banned me. Here's some money.
No. That was it was an automatic system that timed him out for something that he posted, which wasn't a big deal.
Can't use the naughty words.
So I made it.
Kind of funny.
I made it so he should be able to post that again.
It's still kind of
funny.
He got cut off. He got cut off before he could get to 69,420 pings, Brisk.
Mostly because the Americans got mad.
They did.
Damn Americans.
It's only
Americans'
try it
fault.
Again.
I don't think
such snowflakes.
We're such snowflakes.
I mean, a lot of stuff is our fault, but that's another discussion.
Well, I mean, you know, the bod is probably made by an American company, made by an American. So yeah, it is.
It was whatever.
You mean it's not outsourced?
I mean, maybe not. You never know.
Is Brisk balding? Brisk, you balding? Because you're younger than me. That kind of sucks. No. Anyway,
Brisk doesn't want to.
If you look at him when he's on, he does have a bit of the receding the Bill Murray, Dave Letterman
Bill Murray, Dave Letterman.
look going.
My son is
I
starting
admit
to
it's a bit.
get a
I
receding
admit that's a
hairline
bit.
right here.
That's a bit dated a reference, but I'm talking to Eric here, so I've got to use the old stuff.
I'm sure he'll let us know and show us on the latest OnlyFans posting that he's going to send to us.
That's true. My son turned
Did
21
you know
this week, and he's got a receding hairline right here.
Like socializing public, just because he's got a nice head of
It's
hair.
called a widow's
He has
peak.
a
No,
full
it's
head
not
of
quite
hair.
the widow's peak. It's like that. It's like that one lifeguard on Baywatch that they said, "Oh, okay." We're binge watching Baywatch here at the Baywatch and Lost in Space on Netflix. Anybody watch the Lost in Space on Netflix?
I've been binge watching Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Wow, that's a series I haven't
Okay.
seen for a long time.
Yeah,
it's definitely a thing that exists.
I don't know, Lost in Space is kind of a show that I gave up on. Like, I don't even know if I finished the first season because there was so much potential, and they CCP'd it.
Oh no, it gets interesting in season 2 for sure, and we're just starting season 3, so it's kind of interesting. I was a I was an avid Lost in Space when it wasn't in reruns. With Bill Mumy and all them in it.
So what you're saying is you're old.
I'm a little old, so I saw the original, right? TV show, right? So
Bill Mumy
this is an interesting.
Fish heads.
What?
With Bill Mumy before he sang about fish heads.
Yeah, I love Fish Head. Great song. But yes, so it is. I'm enjoying it. Our whole family's enjoying it, so it's pretty cool. It was the world black and white then? No, it was actually in color. I didn't grow up in a world of black and white TVs, when everybody could afford one.
I've seen films from back then. It was definitely black and white.
See, the funny thing is, that's not the films and the TV. The world itself was black and white back then.
Yeah, it actually was.
They only invented color in the 1960s.
Wasn't there a show that was kind of about that? Like a series? I forget. Like the world was black and white. I don't know. Oh, maybe that's just WandaVision that started like that. I don't know.
I thought it was Technicolor.
Technicolor, and then what was the other one? There was a new one that came in.
Panavision?
I hate, Panavision. I hate.
Oh, he did actually have one. Okay.
I hate when they colorize old movies. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, everybody winds up with the same very flat skin tone.
Mm-hmm. So what else are we going to talk about? I thought
apart
you guys
from
were
Brisk's
right on
receding
the edge.
hairline.
Brisk's receding hair. I'm going to have to watch Metashow today and kind of look for that now.
Well, I mean, we've got a whole album here.
Yeah.
Speaking of albums, because we're binge watching Baywatch again, and it's kind of funny. It actually wasn't that bad, but we try and predict what's going to happen next, right? Just putting everything together and see how accurate we are. But my son comes in and he goes, "You realize, David Hasselhoff, he released a lot of albums that went like triple platinum. I think it might have been just one triple platinum or something." And I said, "Really? In the U.S.?" He goes, "No, in Germany." So Soth, you're in charge of looking up all the David Hasselhoff albums that you Germans love.
I'm sure Soth has them all.
He does. He might.
Yeah, you have to remember the last time several 100,000 people congregated in Germany was to listen to the most evil person in the world, David Hasselhoff. Yep.
David Hasselhoff still thinks that he was the one who brought the Berlin Wall down. So
I'm just going to say, no video is more interesting than David Hasselhoff eating a cheeseburger on the floor drunk. I mean, it's classic.
That just sounds like a good Saturday night.
David Hasselhoff is the guy from Knight Rider, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I knows that.
Yeah.
You have to wonder why Knight Rider was actually named Knight Rider, because like the car wasn't even called.
His name was
Knight
Michael
Rider.
Knight, right?
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, so
he
who
was
was
Knight,
riding
he was the
him?
rider, and the car,
was the Knight Industries 2000.
Ah, okay, now that makes sense. Okay, fair enough.
His name was Knight, and he was a rider of the car.
The kit was the car. The name of the car was Kit, but
Yeah.
No,
you know,
that's
as
the
Arenda
nickname,
says,
because
the nickname kind of thing.
Knight
But like
Industries something.
yeah, because that's a bit
Arenda's had
unwieldy.
The funny thing, he actually, I think it was season 2. He had a reference to Kit in the thing. So they were talking about some car, and he goes, "Does it talk? Like, does it talk?"
I think the thing that I loved about Knight Rider the most was the fact that they didn't even give a fuck whether they had the clearly, you know, well positioned ramp like in the shot.
Well, the other thing too was
that show had so many fun elements, like the computerized supercar using its computer superpowers to open padlocks.
What the
why
fuck?
not? Like
MacGyver.
I don't see a problem with that.
The what was it? I can't remember what I was gonna say. It just senior moment out of my brain.
Oh,
I'll think about it later.
Airwolf totally jumped the shark when they got rid of Jan Michael Vincent. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I know what it was. My favorite part about Knight Rider was the fact that the car was really a Cylon. Okay, it was, with the little red light going back and forth.
I was there thinking to myself, where have I heard that name from before? And then I realized it was on some random Rick and Morty episode.
The sweep sound effect for Kit was a reuse of the actual Cylon.
Yes, it was.
Sweep sound effect. The same guy did the production.
Nice.
That was intentional.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Just like the continual references to past projects for all of the actors in the A-Team was intentional.
I bet you anything there's like Kit themed voice packs for like GPS and stuff. Right.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sure.
So, so you can be the rider of the night.
Is that kind of like a similar thing with regards to like in the same way that they always used to reference long range deep space radar telemetry or whatever like that in SG-1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm absolutely sure that they've gotten William Daniels to do all sorts of fucking GPS recording. just to have that. They'd have to be idiots not to. He'd have to be dumb not to have gone to them and gone, guys.
This is a moneymaker. You're missing out.
Anybody with nostalgia from the 80s, we're going to get their money.
Seriously.
What?
Right.
I love the 80s.
Did you born at the end of the 80s.
The Night Industries GPS.
The 80s is going to be 50 years ago, Sam.
You can shut your mouth.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
I was born in 88, so I'm kind of not from the 80s. I mostly
grew
up
to use
in the
that
90s.
year.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I graduated high school in 87.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh, I graduated high school in 89.
Oh, there you go. The pain. It's like, dude, the pain.
I was born in 88.
That's
so what you're saying is Arcia and me could literally be your kids.
I'm just not commenting here.
No.
So like,
technically,
I
have no kids from that far back.
You definitely cannot be my kid, Soph, because the last time I was in Europe was 1972.
There you go.
I mean,
did you
my
bring
mom
down
is
the
only
Berlin
16
Wall in
years older
72?
than me. So,
No.
Okay, just checking.
like, my mom is only 16 years older than me, so yeah.
I did not even get married till I was like 27, 28.
So your mom is 16 years older than you?
Yeah. She just turned 50. She just
so
turned
she's
50.
my age.
Yeah.
She was born in 72.
Yeah.
I feel old.
You're a little bit old,
but not as old as you.
Nobody's as
I'm
old as me.
I'm still young. I turned 34 in February.
I would, yeah. I don't think of you as that.
Well, at the distinct risk of shaking my cane at you, enjoy it.
I mean,
I'm just gonna still stay shut up.
So far,
good.
my 30s have been way better than my 20s. Everybody,
30s are more fun than the 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, your 20s suck. You get shoved into this adult world and you have no idea what you're doing.
And you're
just
still
slowly
figuring out
figure
how
it out.
to deal with the fact that
wait, you have an idea what you're doing now?
And even if you have a grasp on what you're actually doing, people will think that you don't, and will, basically not even give you the time of the day in that regard.
Absolutely.
Okay, this makes me feel a bit better because I thought it was just me.
Oh no, dude! Everybody goes through it, and then everybody's
so
salty about that.
Just Bard, just to give you a bit of a clue here, okay? As Erik is fond of pointing out, he is the oldest one here.
Mm-hmm.
Erik is still totally faking it and making it up as he goes along.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We all are. Doesn't matter
you
how
just
old
learn
you get.
how to do
Doesn't
that.
matter
right?
how old you get, you are still just totally faking it and acting like you know what the hell you're doing.
I will
It's
say
all
that,
about how convincingly you carry it off.
Yeah, the 40s were more fun than the 30s. I'll tell you that. And the 50s are the just like you look at somebody and I don't know, they're whoever they are, and you're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't like you, so I'm not gonna hang out with you. It's like fuck you. It's just like if you don't like people, you're just like move on. I've seen this before. This person will be a problem.
Yes, Chris. Yes, exactly. That is it.
What?
Fake it until you get a nap out of it.
Oh my god, that is so awesome. Naps rule. I love naps. They're like you're not even watching the TV and you're just got your eyes closed, right? You're sitting here with your eyes closed. You're not even watching this show. Yes, I am.
I take a nap every day.
Well, that's like one of the best lines of Johnny Dangerously.
That classic excuse, resting your eyes.
I will tell you right now, and I am not saying this to be morbid or any shit like that, okay?
Uh-huh.
The number of times that I found my mother asleep on the couch and I swear to God thought she was dead and scared the hell out of me, I know for a fact every time I woke her up, she was laughing at me for it. All right? And the fact that when she did finally die, it was slumped in her chair asleep watching TV, that just means she completely fucked me over because A, at first when I saw her, I was like, she's napping, right? And B, she went quick, painless, didn't experience a goddamn thing. Naps are the shit because they let you fuck people over 6 ways to Sunday.
There you go.
So what you're saying is
not only are they enjoyable
she pulled
and
the
restful,
best troll ever on you.
They are totally trolling everyone around you. Yes.
Naps are fantastic.
I've got to say, they are pretty good. I had a pre-show nap to recover from the fact that the only productive thing I managed to achieve today was co-writing an email to CCP.
It makes a lot of sense as to why you didn't respond for the first 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, I was
dead to the world. That's what you were.
I actually wound up unintentionally taking a nap at my desk from half an hour before the show until I showed up because I was waiting for the show.
So I have this life hack where my bed is directly behind my PC, so I can never fall asleep at my desk.
You know,
I just lean back in this chair.
And my bed is literally 2 feet away, and I promise, I still fall asleep at the desk.
I will say that Zoom meetings, which I'm on a lot of, right? When you don't do video, and you're not directly responsible, you're just like there to listen or pick something up. You just lay back, right in the chair.
No, what you do is
right like this.
You get a video loop of yourself just looking forward, and
Oh.
you go to sleep.
This is one of the weird things. Like,
I like that one.
Like my seat for my, for my desk kind of thing. Like, I don't use a regular kind of, desk kind of, chair or like, that kind of thing. I actually use I mean,
an irregular one. Duh.
I actually use a drum throne.
A drum throne?
Wow.
Yeah, a drum seat. Because I used to play drums, so I've got one. I've got a few.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
But the issue there is I can't lay back or sort of lean back in my seat because I just fall straight back. So it doesn't really work for me.
It's like bar chairs without a back. You gotta have a back on your bar chair.
Yeah.
Like you're at at the beach bar.
I mean, I feel like bars have stools on purpose so people don't fall asleep at them as much.
It just takes balance.
Mm-hmm.
I've fallen asleep in a bar exactly once. The first time I ever drank in my life, when I was 27, in Tokyo.
I'm still getting over first time I ever drank in my life, and I was 27.
So my mom was an alcoholic as I was growing up, so I was really I avoided the shit out of it.
I respect that. Yeah. That's the sort of thing that'll definitely have an impact.
I don't drink very often to this day, but I don't fear it, because I know that I'm responsible and I don't overdrink. I go to Vegas and I drink 1 or 2 drinks a day for the week, and then not for the rest of the year. Maybe not the entire rest of the year, but I do it at events socially, very socially.
Yeah,
right?
You're not mainlining pos fuel.
So you're not,
oh God, I'm not having pos fuel ever.
That's an amazing drink, by the way. Just gonna say this right now.
Really, what's in a pos fuel? Because
there's a recipe out there, and it's ridiculous.
I've got let's just put it this way. To drink this,
Let's just put it this way. I think the full recipe pos fuel, in the UK it costs about 100 and something.
Yeah.
So it's going to be $160, $170.
Here we go. There's the Reddit link for the pos fuel recipe.
I knew one of you would have it really, on hand.
So somebody's asking what happened at the bar in Tokyo. So what happened was somebody who was just promoted from work came in and bought everyone champagne and kept refilling my glass. And I felt fine until I stood up.
Oh, that's always the thing.
Because I had never drank before in my life. So I was trying to space it out, but he kept refilling my glass. And he kept refilling everybody's glass. And I was courteous and I drank it because when I feel bad, I'll stop. I stood up to go to the bathroom and I fell down.
That'd be funny. By the way, I like any drink with blue curacao in it. That's excellent. But I've never heard of chili sambuca. What is that? Is that hot and spicy licorice? I mean, what is that?
It's it's a hot and spicy version of sambuca. So it's
Sour cherry, peach archer.
I've got to say
WKD.
I mean, there is pepper.
It's like an alco pop.
So
yeah, it's a vodka-based alco pop. It's meant to taste like.
This looks good.
Don't actually remember what it's meant to taste like. But yeah, the best thing about this recipe is the note that says, in any bar in the UK, you will need to order these shots separately and combine them yourself. The alcohol content is too high for them to sell it to you as a fishbowl.
You also need a barkeep that will let you get away with this.
Oh yeah, nice to your bartender.
This is not just enough for one person to. Well, I guess more than one person can get drunk on this.
This stuff's lethal.
And obviously, you have to understand that this recipe was written about 8 years ago. So slight increase in prices and stuff like that.
Oh,
like it's
God.
probably more than 100.
It's probably
£100.
200. 200 at this point. Yeah.
It's not that bad because obviously it was kind of designed in London, and London prices 10 years ago aren't actually too much more than London prices today.
Yeah, you could probably get it at Reading University for about £5.
Thinking about Postfield, it just kind of makes me laugh because like I think the name is very appropriate because it's like this alcohol has no damage cap.
Yes,
no damage cap.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Excellent. Oh yeah, that looks good. We're gonna have to try this here. I will say that my son on his birthday, right? We took him out to lunch because we all work from home. So he had sake, so he enjoyed that. But he had never had that before, and his mother, I guess, when they were out for the day, took him to the state store. It's what we call the hard liquor store in my state. It's called a state store because it's state owned. We are the largest purchaser of alcohol in the United States. Our state store system.
I need to quickly ask you something.
What?
Is liquor in your state? Does that contain alcohol, or is it just the hard liquor that
it's
contains
just
alcohol?
the hard liquor. Regular liquor is like cider. Okay. No.
What?
That's where he was going with that, right? Right, McLeod?
That's exactly where he was going with that.
So he bought a bottle of gin, which is one alcohol you will not find in our house at all because I hate gin. You know, if I want to eat pine tree sap, you know, I'll just go out and suck on a pine tree needle. And so I hate gin. And so he bought a bottle of gin because he's like, all we ever have in the house is vodka martini, so I want to try a gin martini, so we're buying a bottle of gin.
That's a good choice.
Honestly, just get a bunch of, what was it? Juniper berries. I think it's juniper, right?
It is.
They use for it.
A
bunch of juniper and some other sort of like some other kind of herbs and stuff like that. Grab some vodka and then just put the vodka in a bottle and that stuff, and then just leave it for a bit. Like then you got gin. That's basically what gin is. It's just flavored vodka.
The what is it? What's his name? I forget. The guy that plays Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
He owns a couple things. He owns a cell phone company and some other stuff, but he owns a gin company, Aviation Gin. So go watch his Aviation Gin commercials on YouTube. They're hilarious.
I mean, I just watched any of his ones that he did.
I just want to say that
I was going to say he sold
Aviation Gin is good. It's really good, but it's not a classic dry gin.
That's I said to my son, I said, "Did you get Aviation Gin?" He goes, "They don't sell it in our state." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, but I did read a review. My son goes out, he reviewed the gins before he went out to buy them, right? He goes, Aviation Gin, he goes, it's a gin for non-gin drinkers. That's what he said, because it was so light. I forget.
I'm not going to fault him for reading reviews on it.
Yeah. I forget what he bought. But I'm sure it's probably down in his room.
That actually tempts me. That tempts me to actually purchase like a bottle of Aviation Gin, even though I'm not a gin drinker. Just out of that fact that apparently it's a gin for non-gin drinkers.
It is quite good actually, but you can't mix it like a normal dry gin.
The only drinks that I can really I really like are like really sweet ones, like sweet mixed drinks.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Donald, thank you for the beard comment. I'm down about 12 pounds or so.
Nice.
I'm losing some weight. It's gonna. I need to have a better golf season this year. I need to actually play golf. So that
will probably give you a better season.
Yeah, it will. But
what do you mean? He's undefeated
clubs
now.
also give me a better season.
He's undefeated right now.
What did you say?
You're undefeated.
Yeah, much like the Mets.
Actually, no. When I play, we're usually a top 3 team, even if it's 2 of us. And we have a thing where we go to Snowshoe, West Virginia, and play the Raven there, and we have a couple interesting folks that play that. But yeah, I'm every year I play that I'm on the undefeated team, so it's always kind of fun. I bring the high handicap, and I can play to my handicap. I don't fake handicap. It's real. So yeah, I'm not a great golfer, but I can play to my handicap, and I don't get frustrated and yell and scream and throw clubs into the ground. It's not what I do.
Well, you should try that sometime. See how well you do at it.
No, actually, we were playing in an event. A buddy of mine and we're playing with a guy that was, a sales guy into one of our companies. I've known him for decades. Nice guy. He would get so mad, and the ground was a little bit muddy, but it wasn't like wet muddy, but it was soft. And literally, he threw one of his clubs at the ground, and it went 50% of the way into the ground.
Golf seems really difficult.
He was so mad. He put it in the water.
Golf's a pretty violent game.
It seems really difficult.
It is not as hard as everybody makes it out to be. You just play, and you learn how far you hit. And the bad part is when you get better, because you start hitting your clubs longer, and then you hit a club that you say, "This is my 80-yard club," and it goes 100 yards, and it's out of bounds in the weeds.
I used to tee off some, from one side of a sort of a village green to the other, and as we kind of did it more and more, we ended up going past it, and there were definitely a few times where we either hit a car or came very close to hitting a car. We had to basically run, just basically leg it.
I do have a 200-yard hole in one, all water carry, the green. That's my claim to fame in golf. And the guy that threw the club into the ground is the first guy right off the tee said, "That has a chance." And I said, "What?" He goes, "To be a hole in one." I'm like, it's like halfway over the water. And the other guy said, "Yeah, I think it's going in." And I couldn't believe they knew it. I wasn't even looking at it after I teed it off. I hit it. I know it's going to be over in the green area somewhere.
You just turned around
and
walked away like a...
Yeah, well, I hit it, and you're going to put your clubs away, right? So, and then they started saying that, and then I turned around just in time to watch it go a little bit across the green and go right in the hole. That was kind of cool, because most of the time you don't get to see your hole at once. I've been close many, many times. I've been inches away, but that one, it's a really cool feeling. Get your name on paper. You get your name on a little plaque in the clubhouse. It's kind of cool.
I have never played non-mini golf.
Play pitch and putt. That's about as far as
I love mini golf. Although the place, when we vacation on Hilton Head, I will not play mini golf there because there's just so many mosquitoes at night. You just get eaten up. But I don't like bugs. No bugs.
The only kind of sport I ever played at like an organization level was volleyball. I played volleyball in high school.
Sports are so good for kids and everybody. I think they're great. I think they're, they're
I just want to point out, we forgot to talk about food last week, so
we did, but we
definitely have to talk about food.
Well, somebody's asking me what my favorite faction is. I am currently an Electus Matari, so I'm obligated to say Minmatar. And honestly, it's true. Like Minmatar, the two ones that I find most interesting are Minmatar and Amar, just because they have a lot of lore about them, and they're like really intertwined because of the imperialism of the Amar and like the struggle against them of the Minmatar.
See, I would have thought you would have said Winmatar, not Minmatar.
I mean, Winmatar was an alliance in the Amar militia for a while. They started in the Minmatar. Whenever I hear Winmatar, I think of the alliance, so I don't say Winmatar.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you just don't want to say that Galenta is too French for you.
I mean, there's a lot of people who like the Galenta and Caldari conflict, and there's a lot of cool stuff that happened there. But I really like the Minmatar and the Amar conflict.
I think randomly, and I don't even know why I did, but like when I started my character, it was a Caldari character, and I immediately started learning Galente ships.
Did you start as Akura for the stat bonuses back in the day?
I'd have to check that out. I'm not sure.
Because
That
way
brings
back
up-
in the day, Akuras were just OP before they made all the racial stats.
Remember learning skills.
I don't wanna.
Why not? It's fun.
Learning skills, Jesus
Fun to
Christ.
remember those, right?
Nope.
A lot of stuff.
Those are
Learning
such a pain in the butt.
skills, bloodline-based attribute points.
Oh yeah.
Time before
Once upon a time, character creation mattered.
Yeah.
Eve had more complexity and more meaningful choices.
And the 24-hour skill queue.
Honestly, getting rid of the racial locked stats was good. Otherwise, we just had like a billion Akuras because they had better stats. I think that was an excellent change, honestly. Just to bring more diversity, bring diversity to the cluster.
Some people really have this thing about meaningful choices in Eve. So
for sure.
Who cares?
But only if they had more tedium.
More tedium.
Exactly.
Meaningful choices are fantastic, but ones where like the character race means that you are just inferior. And a lot of that's just gonna jump on hurt people who didn't know when they played the game and they picked the race they thought looked cool.
Well, that's a problem that everybody has to face when they realize they didn't start a Minmatar.
But it wasn't Minmatar that were OP, it was the Akura.
I don't care what the mechanics say. Clearly the Minmatar were the superior choice.
I beg to differ. It was Caldari.
Well, that's fine. You're allowed to be wrong.
Galente for those drones.
Totally allowed to be wrong.
What you have to do is start as a Mar and defect. That is the way.
Right, yeah. The attribute skills before starting on the Magic 14.
See, now you have to wonder, should the Magic 14 go the way of learning skills?
Well, yeah, that was the argument we had when expert systems come out, right? Was why sell an expert system for it? Just get rid of them.
Because this way they can sell expert systems for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of I understand where that is a good
Somebody's
sort of
asking,
financial selling point, but meh.
Somebody's asking how the Amatar came to be. So back when the Minmatar were held in all of the Minmatar were held in slavery, as opposed to now where a lot of them still are, but a lot of them are free in the Republic and the Federation.
Traitor bastards, that's how.
Yes. The
Stockholm
Nefintar
syndrome.
One of the tribes called the Nefintar tribe, from the word nefarious, which makes it obvious, basically sided with the Amar.
CCP did not put any skill points into subtle.
So some of the Minmatar tribes are definitely unfortunately named the Nefintar and the Brutor. But that's not what we're going to get into.
Subtle.
Basically, the Nefintar sided with the Amar. They betrayed the other Minmatar. The Amar rewarded them for this. They gave them a region. It's still technically part of the Empire, but they had their own semi-autonomous government. That's the Amatar Mandate. It's currently overseen by an Amatar governor. The in-game description of the Amatar consulate is incorrect. The governor used to be Amar, but now it's an actual ethnic Amatar.
Wait,
And
an in-game description for something hasn't kept up with
no,
CCP's changes to the game?
I am shocked.
the Amatar consulate description still says that the governor is ethnically Amar. The governor is currently an ethnic Amatar. Although the Amatar mandate is part of the Ardashipper circuit, which means over the governor is the royal heir Ardashipper, who basically every area of the empire is under one of the circuits of one of the royal houses, and the Ardashipper family oversees the mandate. It has a governor who is an ethnic Amatar and the first ennobled Amatar, so he's like a lord.
Yay, feudalism.
Nobility. Yeah, because it's basically a feudalistic system, the Amar Empire. But yeah, basically the Nefantar left in the Amatar mandate are the ones who betrayed the Minmatar. When the Elder Fleet happened, some of the Nefantar sided with the Minmatar and went back. So there is a Nefantar tribe in the Republic today. But the ones who are left over are the ones who stayed steadfast with siding with the Amar.
Because when all that happened, suddenly CCP decided, no, wait, this other tribe that we said was extinct, they're not. It's secretly been a conspiracy. This whole time, these guys have been keeping this secret for centuries on end. Yeah, like they could do that. Totally.
Yeah. So that's basically what happened. Some of them who were aware that the whole betraying the Minmatar thing was to keep the Stark Minir tribe secret and safe.
For some reason, even though they wouldn't have needed to be kept safe until hundreds of years later when the Amar bombed their homeworld into slag.
Yeah, the Stark Minir homeworld was wiped out. That's Arzad 2 in current map today. It's in the Amar Minmatar faction warfare zone in Devoid.
Why would they need this whole conspiracy before that happened?
It's all planned at the barbecue.
They wouldn't. Yes, exactly.
I feel like a lot of the ones who sided with the Minmatar are just lying about, this was the plan all along, guys. Yeah. Of note, the chief of the Nefantar tribe is Elika Volcanir, who is related to the Edencom provost marshal Cassia Volcanir. They are clan cousins who are on opposite sides of the loyalty divide. So that's a notable connection.
Well, opposite sides as far as we know.
Well, sure, the whole thing could be some big secret conspiracy. God knows we can't put it past those guys.
Yep.
I mean, with Cassia Volcanir fighting in the Amatar fleet against the Minmatar and the Vindication Wars, it's pretty certain that she's.
No, I mean the other way.
Oh, with Elika Volcanir.
They've infiltrated the Republic.
Yeah, secret infiltrator of the Republic. A lot of the Minmatar think that's the case. They're still prejudiced against the Nefantar a lot of times.
Well, they are pretty nefarious.
I mean, yeah, it's in the name.
It's right there.
It was staring at you the whole time.
The horrendous, isn't Sebiester the sinister one?
Yes.
Fuck's sakes. Just spelling it out in the name.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, but really, I think we have to admit that the Minmatar tribe name that really takes the cake on that one is definitely the Brutor.
The Brutes.
Yeah.
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
That's as far as I'm taking it. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more to say, but I ain't saying it.
I mean, we can always make it the nice one and say, I wonder what the meaning of the fuckers are.
Which suckers are you talking about?
Nobody knows what he's talking about.
The one's flying Messerschmitts. Oh wait, sorry.
And then when they are parents, they become mother thuckers.
Yep.
Hey, oh no, we're not in family show mode. We're good. All right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whoever said family show?
Erik occasionally claims this is a family show.
Occasionally.
It's tongue in cheek.
So, bold-faced lie is what
Well,
it is.
if that's where you put... Never mind.
For the record, during Liberation Day, I supported the glorious Sebiester.
That's because you're intelligent.
And the Sebiester are glorious. And you made me curious. I actually, for whatever reason, when I was making my character, I decided to be a Datus. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that.
Yeah, Datus, yeah. Nobody really knows exactly the right way to say it. I say it the same way, pretty much.
Nobody really quite knows how to say any of it because, like, if you ask any two CCPers...
Hey, I know how to say Gila, okay?
You mean the
Gila.
That's always a nice one to throw in.
Just
the only time it's with a hard...
you were going for that.
Right. The only time it's with a hard G.
Stir that one up.
The only time it's with a hard G is when you see 2 on D-scan, so you can sing "Come and let's play together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gila Gila Island."
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Right.
I'm clearly missing something that's like connecting all of that together.
It's an old kids show, Gullah Gullah Island.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I was going to say, this is some low sector joke, isn't it?
No, it's just a kids show from like a while ago. Like I had like a whole actual, so I was like, "Come and rat." That's all. It's something about ratting in the Gila, right? But God, I can't not make the Gila Gila Island joke. Gila Gila Island.
It's okay. I'm sure every last one of us completely understands about really old in-jokes that no one else gets anymore.
Yeah, like everybody
That's
has
Eve
their own
for
dumb
you.
in-jokes, yeah.
Oh, that was like Eric's whole shtick.
Like, I still think my favorite in-joke is the Edencom doesn't PvP. We just build stairs and stuff falls down the stairs. And then when the Daleks came, they looked like Roombas that couldn't get downstairs. So like that joke revived.
Oh,
and then and then we made all these memes about Edencom fighting the Roombas.
Thanks.
Hey, I love my Roombas. They're awesome.
Strangely enough, my alliance leader, or Sister Bliss, is somewhat sort of famous about regarding Roombas. Don't know why.
Yes,
just every single time he actually
famous for that, for nothing else.
Well, I mean, there's other reasons as well. There's other things, but
being a stone cold murder machine.
I mean, yes, but aside from like every single time that he keys up to actually speaks on comms, you either hear a Roomba or a seagull. It's one of the two.
Is that because he lives at the beach?
Yes.
No, he just has a house full of seagulls for no reason.
He's the Seagull King.
Some people like to, feed him Alka-Seltzer. I don't know those people personally.
Wow.
Don't do that, by the way. That's like
that's terrible. Saltines.
Oh, we have a Mark Dirk back.
I don't know. The ones around here prefer Happy Meals.
Yeah,
Happy Meals,
and we'll take them from you.
You still get Happy Meals at your age? Is that what's going on?
What? No, I don't get them at my age. No.
Saying you get the all-American meal with the cheeseburger. What's going on?
No, I'm just saying that I like to go to McDonald's around here and watch the seagulls mug little children.
Ah, okay.
Because they will. You see seagulls come up with like freaking sweatband around their head and a gun in their wing. Just give me the goddamn Happy Meal, kid.
And Yoda. They also mock Yoda.
You only get the Happy Meals when the toy is good, right?
Yes, exactly. And really, the toys have been crappy.
It's like, hey kid,
Mate,
give me
Pokemon
the
cards.
Happy
Let's
Meal.
go.
And nobody gets hurt.
I wonder whether some some guy like who initially started playing Eve when it just started out kind of saw that and was like, I wonder if I could do that in game. And then ganking became a thing.
Wouldn't surprise me. Modeling behavior off rude bastards like seagulls seems right up gamers' streets.
There was something called seagulling.
Hey, she was a great executive producer. Thank you very much.
You know what seagulling was in Eve, right?
Yeah. That was just
stealing the Podfriend site payouts of the flashpoints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were doing Podfriend content. They deserved it.
Rude.
Also not wrong.
I think it's... I'm not sure. I heard somebody saying it still works for the EdenCom side, like stealing our flashpoint payouts, but I'm not sure about that. I haven't tested it, but I heard somebody saying that. And
on the internet?
Somebody on the internet could.
Well, it must be true.
Anybody supporting the Trigs deserves whatever they get. That's all I'm saying.
I just wish the EdenCom flashpoints were closer together because we have 54 fortresses all spread around.
I'm not quite sure what you meant by that, Horrendous, because as far as I can remember, we supported the Trigs.
Horrendous is an RP fucking
Horrendous
nerd,
didn't support the Trigs.
We did not support the Trigs.
We supported our own
Trigs
war
supported
effort.
us. What?
We supported our strategic goals. Those strategic goals happened to line up with the fall of a specific system.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
That's true. We didn't really give a shit about any of the other systems apart from Niaja.
Chris says they suspect the Trigs are having talks with them. Technically, the Trigs are having talks with everybody. The Proving Ground is actually run by the Perun Clade, and news articles have suggested that they've been talking to all of the empires, and that's why you had the Rifter Proving and the Omen Proving and so on and so forth.
Basically,
Proving Ground.
The way they negotiate is through blood and death.
Hold on. What's the song that Guard sung?
Bring on the wrecking.
Killing is a means. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's basically how they roll.
I thought you meant harden the fuck up.
Well, that too.
No, keep clicking.
CCP don't remember that one anymore, Mac.
Yes.
I just want to point out to Mancheetah that Soth is not smug enough right now because Soth hasn't done anything to be smug about recently.
No, he's been torturing me all afternoon.
Give it a week and Soth will be very smug.
Oh my god.
As far as wishing EdenCom was a thing in general, I think in order to make the EdenCom faction worthwhile in the long term, they have to diversify what it does. I think as it stands, it's kind of currently just defined by we fight triangles, when it should really move towards fighting all external invaders, being the Concord external invader fighting force. So fight the Sancha incursions, fight rogue drones, fight drifters, and yes, Triglavians too. But give them more of an existence that's not defined by one faction, right?
I actually want to ask why you think that's valuable and why they shouldn't just go the hard opposite and disband EdenCom now that we've got to this kind of the Triglavians are kind of off in their own corner situation. There's no active fighting between the EdenCom forces and the Trig forces and HiSec anymore. Why should the empires not just go their own way again?
Because organizations
they weren't
don't
their own
see
way
power.
Before. They had treaties under Concord going back to well before the game started. But disbanding EdenCom is definitely a viable option. It's just that I don't think that's going to happen given the fact that game mechanics are as they are. They're not going to remove the EdenCom side flashpoints. And there'd be no penalty for doing there'd be no penalty for doing the trig sites. There'd be no standing from the world arcs. They're kind of built into killing them gets materials for certain things. They appear in the abyss. They're too entrenched in the game that I don't think CCP would consider removing them. So I think if they plan to keep them around, I think they probably shouldn't have been a thing to start with. I think it would have been more interesting if players could decide, I want to defend the Minmatar, but maybe attack the Amar or vice versa. But we got what we got, and I don't think they're going to remove it just because like they're vital to certain things being engaged. Like,
interesting.
I don't think they're going to remove it because it's a thing that they've done and they're not paying any attention to it anymore. And so doing anything with it would take work, including removing it.
I mean, I was trying to be like less pessimistic about it, but
I mean,
it's horrendous. He's always pessimistic.
This is my brand.
Things.
We can always rely on Horrendous to come in and give us the real talk. But yeah, no, that's a very fair point, Arcia. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just kind of curious as to why you were going with that.
Yeah,
and they should do more with it rather than they should just like remove it and
also at this
fall where they may.
At this point, there's like a lot of Edencom RP. Like,
I think it's more realistic as well
bought
to keep
into
it around.
that.
I think it's more realistic to keep it around as well because, like, you know, from a socio-political kind of standpoint, like, you know, once you have power, once you have authority and a modicum of control, like you're less likely or wanting to keep it up. But yeah, you're less likely to want to give that up.
I still wish that we got those portraits, backgrounds for your character that we saw briefly, the Edencom and Triglavian ones. But they never
I thought we did get them.
They're not there now.
CCP have removed event-related character portrait backgrounds before. Like, they did the ones for the Casino War, and they removed those as well. CCP Swift is very proud that Elise Randolph, the character, still has the old Casino War background that doesn't exist anymore.
I've never seen a character with one, and I changed my own portrait a lot during. I changed my own portrait a lot during anything, but like during the time when I was fighting in the invasions, I never noticed the Edencom background. I saw that it was a thing on like CC, but I don't think I ever saw it on DQ.
I remember having it for a while. I did have my screenshot on Discord as it for a while as well, but I haven't checked it, so they may be gone.
Okay, so this is just a thing, and I'm going to put these two links in staff only, but I want everybody to consider, and hopefully Eric will put these into the stream somewhere. Okay. CCP at some point faced the choice between these two approaches in EVE development. And made a choice. So, I mean, they warned us.
But yeah, but look,
we got plans for interaction after it.
You have to accept that, you know, money is money, and focusing on the cash cow instead of the other projects.
I mean, if you just watch those two videos, you can see the difference in design philosophies.
See, this is the kind of thing where I'm like wondering, are we actually watching it, or like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't know.
Because you kind of almost.
I've seen both.
Because you kind of sort of semi-requested people to do exactly that.
I mean, isn't this like 7 minutes worth of video?
Yeah, I'm going like it's going to be a fairly lengthy bit of like awkward silence.
Permaband is so great.
They were great.
Yeah.
Before, you know, people decided to leave the company for completely valid reasons.
Like wanting to work in meatpacking.
Well, like not wanting to defend what's going on anymore.
Or also being known as being paid a decent wage.
I will I will also stand by something I said in the INN comment section a few days ago.
No.
Can we have it
What?
without the essay, please?
Sure, because it was, just quite simply, if CCP Guard shows up to any Eve meet anywhere in the world, everyone there will demonstrate that he still has the friendship.
Yep.
Yes.
I love Guard. Guard is amazing.
See? This is what I'm saying.
No, during the last Vegas I went to, the World Tour one, Guard went up to me and asked for a picture, and I was like, really?
To be honest, like, that man, if he
He's a
turns up to an
fantastic
Eve meet,
man.
he's not paying for a drink at all, ever.
No.
Yeah, but I mean,
Although
that's
he
true
will,
for a lot of people. Come on.
although that he will be the one, like, at some point, like literally running, going around like giving everybody a shot of something.
Oh yeah, he'll find something crazy to just like feed people.
Yeah.
Guard is the definition of a good egg.
Like halfway through the night, you'll find out he brought it from home.
Probably. And then you'll get very scared.
And then you'll realise it's Guard and you don't give a fuck.
Oh god.
Alright, I gotta cut out. I'm actually late. I'll catch you guys later.
See ya.
The space meetings, then like...
Yeah. Horrendous has missed him, hasn't he?
Well, Horrendous is about 8 minutes late to the one that he should have been at, but,
No comment?
Meeting.
I'm sure he will make an excuse.
I'm not sure he's
one.
At the end of the day, it's Ilum. Like, giving excuses at Ilum is just kind of, I don't know, feels unnecessary.
Sorry I'm late, I wasn't here.
Yeah, exactly.
Proceeds to realise half the others aren't in the room either.
Horrendous can just say, I said it was alright. Right?
I'm sure that'll be fine.
I'm sure that will have a massive impact on our
Totally.
finance team.
Biggest impact. 100%.
He was getting pushed to talk.
My god, that's horrendous.
That is horrendous, yes.
My god, you're all in it together.
To win it, yes.
Pushing to talk is not a god-given right. Oh, that's brilliant.
Why does weird shit like this keep happening on this show?
Well, it's because we don't have show notes.
It's the impromptu show.
No, we would do so much worse. Oh.
I noticed he hasn't even been fulfilling on his shower picks.
Yes, he has. He gave us an album of other picks.
Yeah, none of them are showers. Exactly.
We pay for Brisk's OnlyFans for the shower picks. We don't care about the hairline picks.
Yeah, they weren't hairline shower pics. They were just regular hairline pics.
I have no idea what to say.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
It's a continual troll.
I'm good. Unless it's like a picture of his shower and it's like really nice.
Oh no, it's him in the shower.
No, it's him. It's him in the shower. Yeah, for sure.
Well, like he had that video in a pool where he was wearing a suit. So is he wearing a suit in the shower?
No,
he has done that too.
He's wearing a type of suit.
Oh God.
It's fine. It's not as bad as you think.
Whoa! It is
I'm
not
sorry.
bad at all.
What do you mean, Bart Ghost?
He does do.
A very sexy man. All right.
He does very tasteful poses. Thank you very much.
This is maybe news with 2 nerds news. 2 nerds? There's 7 in the channel right now.
Yeah.
I mean, no one said it had to be news, did they?
If it has to be news, have we not done like the last hour and a bit wrong?
Maybe.
I mean, is there actually
Perhaps.
any news that we want to talk about?
I'm
trying to think, and there's just nothing.
I'm pretty sure we don't want to talk about the MER.
We probably don't want to talk about the. We probably don't want to talk about the Japanese kind of interview with Hilmar.
No,
either.
Don't want to talk about Hilmar. Hilmar being Hilmar.
That was the sort of like Manto style Hilmar, sort of like, they won't translate this from Japanese, will they? Oh shit, they did.
I mean, the most exciting thing that happened was the 2v2 Japanese tournament that was today.
That happened today, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch any of it? I'm sorry, but I was busy doing other things.
I don't speak Japanese, so no.
日本語が話せます。
Oh, she's just showing off now.
Yeah.
Iron Chef.
What? What are you even talking about?
I love that Erik actually muted himself before he went to say all of that.
I did not. Actually.
makes it a bit more hilarious.
And a little bit less likely that we'd probably end up getting pulled off Twitch as well.
I love Iron Chef. Iron Chef Japan, the original one. It was awesome. We used to watch it all the time.
Talking about that, I actually
we were doing so well.
Like, can everybody hear the rest of us?
I don't know.
Are the rest of us unmuted?
Yes, they can hear the rest of us. They just can't hear Erik.
Yeah.
I'm unmuted.
Okay,
So
well done, Erik.
Good. I'm unmuted.
Oh, fair enough. So, I don't know about you guys. I'm not really a fan of like dubbed foreign films. I much prefer subtitled.
I always watch it with the subtitles in the original language.
I gotta say, it depends.
Unless it's terribly dubbed, in which case it can be sometimes fucking hilarious.
Yeah, if it's terribly dubbed, that's a different story.
I can tell you, some of the German dubbed stuff is very well done, and you can barely tell that it's dubbed at all, right? But Germany has been dubbing stuff for like 60, 70 years now, so there's a lot of experience.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it Barbarians that they did on Netflix that was German but dubbed into English?
No, it's Dark.
Oh, yes.
Dark is originally in German and dubbed over into English.
Yeah, in first watch, you just can't even tell. You have to kind of actually look for it.
Yeah, that's some professional fucking work right there.
Yeah, well, with Iron Chef, they didn't dub it. They just left it the way it was. Please on. It was great. Loved it.
And Zedline has subscribed.
Yay!
15 months in a row. It's pretty good.
Good old Redline. Thank you, buddy.
It's Zedline, McLeod. Get it right.
The Red Line. I mean, other than
Other than what?
I at a loss as to what to talk about now. Really? To be honest. Yeah.
You're
Strangely.
at a
I mean,
loss?
actually, no. We haven't had our food segment yet. I believe.
We haven't talked about food.
No,
Well,
not
you guys,
at all.
I mean, we're very strict on what we cover on the show.
So I couldn't.
Clearly.
So from a food perspective, like one of the things I've been trying to find for a long fucking time and just failed completely is guanciale. You guys know what guanciale is, by any chance? So it's an Italian thing. It's basically sort of like cured pork cheek. Basically, you use it to make like really fucking amazing carbonaras.
Say it again.
Guanciale.
Oh, no. But yes.
Apparently, I found something that was quite like it.
Good.
Yeah. But apparently, there's like a Polish kind of thing that is very, very similar. I found that, and it works really fucking great.
Oh, it's like kind of cured ham kind of thing. By the way.
Yeah. Basically, it's fairly fatty, sort of very fatty ham kind of thing. But like essentially, what you use it as is essentially like a pancetta, except you render out the fat when you cook it, and then you use that fat as along with a few other things to basically make a creamy sauce.
It looks very incredibly fatty. Like I can feel my arteries struggling just looking at it.
Yeah, you don't use much, obviously, but like you render out most of that fat.
You've been
when you actually make an actual carbonara, because an actual carbonara doesn't use cream. It's an emulsion.
I feel like since the pandemic, we've just eaten like the same 4 or 5 things over and over again for like 2 years.
You maybe. Like I've been testing out new things every now and then.
Yeah, like it's obviously me, like personally, but yeah.
I mean, food is important.
Food is amazing.
I think during the pandemic, at least, I don't know, maybe I feel like most people would have at least attempted to make some bread.
Oh yeah, bread we make, but we've made bread since before the pandemic. Making bread is
Do you actually have a bread maker, or do you do it?
Yeah, we have a bread maker.
Ah, well, that's easy then. That's just like chucking a bunch of things into a thing and then just turning it on. That's it.
Yeah, it's like the easiest thing.
You put all the ingredients in, do nothing, and then oh look, out pops some bread.
Yep.
Unless you put the ingredients in wrong. But yeah.
You would never do that.
Dun dun dun.
Isn't that how you get sourdough?
Yes. If you screw up, basically, if you ever screw up making something, you call it Chicago style, and it's good.
Does that work for UK stuff as well?
Yes.
That's a hell of an attempt to justify it.
Yeah, like if you ever screw up when you make something, you just call it Chicago style. That's what I do.
It's like Chicago's like, what? Hang on, why are we the shorthand for crap?
I mean, I'm from New York. I gotta make fun of Chicago, right?
Oh yeah,
that's just it's in my lease. Like my.
You know what I love about New Yorkers? They like eat dinner at like freaking 8 o'clock at night. What the hell is that? Up with that?
I mean, sometimes I eat lunch at 8 o'clock at night. What are you talking about?
Hey, they have busy lives, all right?
It's
dinner's not till 1 in the morning. Dinner's not till 1 in the morning.
I literally do not have regular time.
Yeah, that's more like it.
We
to be honest, I hate the idea of time zones. personally myself as well. So
Go by my wife. My wife maintains the early bird special time for dinner. We have to eat at like 4:30. She makes us do.
I'm reiterating.
I'm literally
to see
still
when
on
you're
meetings
hungry.
for work. And she's like, dinner's ready. It's because we have we have one younger child that still needs driven around everywhere at like 4:30 for all her. We got cheerleading, we got singing lessons, we got gymnastics, we got everything.
It's like a different hobby for every day of the week, is what you're saying.
I asked her if she wanted to learn something. She goes, Dad, I'm really out of time, and really my only free day is this day, and I would like to keep it my free day. She's very organized. She's very different than the boys. I like it. But yes. Well, she's got competitive cheer. She's got regular cheer. She's a very active girl.
It's always good.
Yeah. She has probably more extracurricular activities than our two boys had combined.
Well, I gotta leave because someone in Bastion is doing weird things.
Oh, God.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Well, it's about time to go anyway. We only got 7 minutes left. We want to run around and do one last thing? I'll let you go first.
Right, Arcia, thanks for joining us today. And I think I speak for everyone when I say you are always welcome here, right? Just hop in if you want. You got the roles to do that. You don't even need to tell us that you're coming. Just get into the channel and start talking.
God knows nobody else ever tells us that they're coming.
Yeah, Arenda's never tells us.
No.
Right.
So
bye.
yeah. All right. See ya. All right, Asia, I'll give you next one last thing.
Thank you for having me on. I'm happy to have been blessed with the CSM role, and I will do everything I can in my half term to try to make the game better for everybody because I really care about it. And I hope you all do too.
Wow.
All righty. Let's see who else is in the little thing here. Barghost?
Well, I think all we need now is someone else to drop off a CSM and we can have Caleb on it.
Wait, what?
Caleb didn't run.
I'm taking the piss. I just want that fun. Can you imagine Caleb at CCP meetings?
Why are you wishing harm on your friends?
Hold on. Who am I wishing harm on?
Well, Caleb, huh?
Caleb wouldn't be the one being harmed. I'd be concerned more for Hilmar.
He's Caleb in this particular situation would be the agent of chaos.
Yes.
Although he wouldn't be the one who instigated chaos.
No. The alternative is
it's kind of ironic
again.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Dirk?
Well, I've got to say congratulations to Arcia for the CSM situation, Congratulations for getting it, and condolences for actually having to deal with that.
Thank you.
Other than that, yeah, I think that's about it from me this week. Yeah, we've not talked about the MER or anything, and we're not talking about it, so yeah, I think that's it. Just congratulations, Arcio.
Congratulations.
It's a weird one.
It's a bit of a strange one.
It's dark. Let's see. We got here, McLeod. You're last, buddy.
I mean, I don't really have too much at all to say, to be completely honest. Obviously, Asia, congratulations. Yeah. I guess, just I have to wonder, like, how many of you here, or how many of you in the audience have actually, like, done any part of the whole convergence thing? It's the crossover stuff, the Doctor Who stuff.
Meh.
Not so much. Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. Sorry. I just, I hope that something good comes out of it, but you never know.
You're muted. You're muted.
Myself.
Damn
I
it.
don't know. No, sorry.
It's always good.
It's not good to relay, but it's just Daleks in space orbiting planets are dumb. Saw a picture of that.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Just looks dumb. It just doesn't look like something Eevee.
I just thought it was a bit sort of strange that, like, new players couldn't really do the majority of the content. Like,
Really?
they had to literally.
Yeah.
They had to. You had to essentially. You don't really have the time to skill up for various different things. So
Basically,
unless you were injecting, you weren't able to do anything, like everything.
We've seen some bits of commentary that suggests that it was intended for people to be using referral links straight up to do the thing, and also be an Omega clone. So hey, do this thing that you probably didn't know about until you'd actually started playing the game, because that's how the referral link goes for a lot of new players who are actually new players. And then make sure that you've paid us to be able to do this new player event, and it's just I don't know that.
I just think like, if CCP comes about to do something like this again, maybe they need to sort of think that it's needs to be a little bit more new player friendly, rather than jump on trying to get them to to act in certain ways.
Spin up an alpha clone and run through it when you're testing it.
So, well, I think the long-running piece of advice, Ash has said it before because he's dealt with similar. CCP need to either make that 1 million from a referral just the default that you get anyway, or a way to put in referrals after you've signed up. Because, people don't know when they're joining that that's a thing. And the advice currently is, write that account off and do a new one with this link.
Yeah, it really should just be the base amount of skill points. Maybe give them some cosmetics or something from the referral, but the skill points should be the same thing. It just doesn't make sense.
Give them 7 days Omega that they can claim at some point, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the next crossover is going to be something that was referenced in chat. I remember seeing somebody reference that the next crossover should be a Lost in Space sort of crossover.
There's been a lot of fun memes of crossover ideas. EVE Online and Knuckles. Thanks for that pity chuckle.
All right, so my one last thing.
Knuckles is in like Sonic and Knuckles, or what?
Yeah, Sonic.
Oh,
and
okay.
You add and Knuckles to anything. It's like a meme.
Of course, yeah.
Well, thank you, Arcia, for coming and joining us. It's much appreciated. Like everybody else says, you're on the list, so you can just pop in and do whatever. You don't even have to tell anybody. That's kind of how we operate. We're kind of like
That's the spirit.
freewheeling. So please don't be a stranger. I mean, this is how Dirk got roped in. Bargos got roped in. Well, McLeod, you've been here forever. So.
Yeah, like get invited once and suddenly you're part of the furniture.
This particular show has had 2 different name changes.
That evolution, McLeod.
Yeah, it was I mean, essentially it was fuck, what was the first name? Christ.
Whiskey Gaming.
It was Whiskey Gaming was before. It was before it was Push to Talk, it was Whiskey Gaming. Before Whiskey Gaming it was the Undead Zone.
Oh yeah. Well, that was different shows. I consider this is a whole new thing. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Undead Zone.
Either way.
We get it. That reminds me. Chat. I have to dig up
get
the
it invited
Undead Zone
once.
Intro one day. All right, folks.
Oh, I need to find that. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, if you find it first, let me know. I'm gonna be looking too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Well, you have a great weekend. Meta Show is up at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern, as far as we know. Undead Zone was an H1Z1 thing. Is it an
for all of our Euro viewers? It is in an hour.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.